Alright, hi guys. Welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 4, Complementary Angles. Okay, so complementary angles. I've got the definition there if you need to screenshot it or just pause and write it down. They are two angles whose measures add to 90 degrees. So that is the definition. They have to add to 90 degrees. Okay, so as with like the last couple lessons, really the best thing is like, let's just get into examples, okay? So number one, this is taken from your practice. What is the value of the measure of angle 1 to be if angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles and angle 2 is 85 degrees? So remember, complementary, they equal 90 degrees. That's just always true. That is the definition, okay? So 90 degrees, also known as a right angle, right? Those are the same thing. And I always kind of think of it as like complementary as in like a compliment, like, oh, you're such a nice angle. And because 90 degrees, right, it's one of the most recognizable ones. So I don't know why, but that's always how I remember that one. So maybe it'll work for you too. So if these are complementary, that means the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 should equal 90. Well, we already know one of them. We know angle 2 is equal to 85 degrees. Okay, so we just need to figure out, well, what is angle 1? Okay, so take 85 away from 90, and you're there. Or think to yourself, what can I add to 85? Which would be, oh man, I almost messed up. That would be 5 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 equals 5 degrees. Okay, that's a 5, not a 6. Okay, my pen kind of trailed there. All right, number 2, which angle is complementary and adjacent to angle 5? Okay, so there's a few things that we need to know or remember. One of them being if they're going to equal 90 degrees, right? Well, if this right here is a 90 degree angle, that also means this is a 90 degree angle, this is a 90 degree angle, and so is that one, right? Because they would all add up to 360 degrees. And by them telling us that this is 90 degrees, that also tells us this is, that this line here, this one, and this one are perpendicular to each other. So that means the other ones have to be 90 degrees as well. Okay, so here's angle 5. It has two adjacent angles. It has adjacent angle 6 and adjacent angle 4. But 4 is already 90 degrees. So it can't be combined with anything to make it complementary, right? But notice in the picture, angle 6 is already there, okay? Right, there we go. There's our 90 degree angle. So for this one, our final answer would be angle 6, okay? Because it's adjacent, meaning it shares that side and a vertex, and when you combine them together, they would equal 90 degrees. Okay, number 3, this is number 1 on your quick check. Okay, number 1 on your quick check. Let me get to it on my other screen just to make sure everything's good. So, we've got this drawing, okay, and I drew it based off of your picture in your quick check. Okay, so it says, what two angles are complementary angles? Okay, so with that, and the thing that I don't like about this question is technically you could find other complementary angles, but the point with this is that, or the way that they're having it be, is that they're also adjacent to each other. Okay, so think adjacent as well. But two angles are complementary. Well, if this is a 90 degree angle and this is a straight line, or it certainly looks like one, right? That means this right here, these two, are also 90 degrees. Okay, so what that would tell us is that this angle here and this angle add up to 90 degrees, and they're complementary to each other, right? So for this, we would say angle LQM, and let me make sure on the, and then the next one would be measurement of, or angle MQN. I was only checking to make sure that I had these in the right order that matched the one on your quick check. Because really, I mean, you could technically say NQM, but being that we were going from left to right, we'll list them like that. Okay? So those two are complementary to each other. Okay? So if you have other questions, feel free to reach out to me, okay? I'd love to hear from you guys.